Hi, today is August 30th, 2018. Last time I spoke with you guys, Joe had just had the fine needle aspiration, and so since then, we discovered that it's not lymphoma, that it's called squamous cell carcinoma of the neck. So far. This means that the lump is in the lymph node is a secondary cancer. Somewhere is a primary cancer. They believe that maybe in the back of his tongue, his tonsils, something like that. This type of disease of cancer is from the HPV virus. Yes, it's not, there's so many strains of HPV, and obviously this one, the doctor said, is not contagious or not the sexually transmitted kind, so it's really confusing. They haven't done the staging yet because he was supposed to have his PET scan on Tuesday, and our insurance is holding it up. They need a predetermination letter. So all we know right now is that the cancer is at least in 2 places, because this type of cancer does not start in the lymph node. But it's not terrible. The prognosis is good. It's just hellacious and really tiring, and all these appointments and trying to live a new normal. Joe's hours are different. The girls went back to school. Trying to make all the appointments, remake appointments. On Tuesday we met with the radiation doctor. So he's probably going to need to do 5 days a week for at least 7 weeks of radiation, which isn't great. And then right now they're thinking just 1 day a week for chemo. So they said he's most likely, almost 100%, that he's going to need a feeding tube, and a nurse will have to come in, kind of maintain it and clean it and stuff, and they'll give us classes on that. So let's see. Joe has his good and bad days and moments. It's still all really new because everything's based on this PET scan. So I think we are just exhausted. We're making so many phone calls, fighting with the insurance. It's not that they're not going to approve it. It's just everything's a waiting game, and we're all in the hands of someone else. If the doctor can get you in, if the insurance takes at least 3 to 5 days, and that's on a stat level that the doctor has put it in. So it's just draining, tiring. I have a appreciation for families that have had to go through this or are going through it, because unless you're in the thick of it, I don't think people really grasp. The dietitian had said to us when we met with the dietitian / advocator that this is basically a full-time job for the family, and especially the cancer patient, and then the caregiver. So your brain's never really turned off. Cancer is always on your mind. Even though the prognosis is great, and he's going to pretty sure he's going to come out on the other side, which wouldn't change that for anything. This journey is, it's hard. So wishes are appreciated. And for those of you that are going through it or have somebody going through it close to you, I'm so sorry. Knowledge is key. Knowing and keeping up ahead of the doctors a little bit, kind of knowing what you want to ask is something that really is helpful to me. Joe is kind of stood back and he doesn't do as much research, and then I just tell him things on a need to know, or if he brings up something, then I'm able to answer it for him. Trying to feed him and keep him as healthy as possible before treatment, that's another key thing. So he's having a lot of fruits and vegetables, not as much sugar. I'm trying to get on him about sugar intake because cancer loves sugar. And then also just trying to keep it as normal as possible with the kids, because trying to manage everything is difficult most days. Our 6-year-old still doesn't know, understand, so we're going to be doing a support group for that. And then our 2 older girls are just kind of, I think, in a fog right now, like, I can't believe this is really happening. So we're going to probably do a little family counseling support group, see if that helps get out some questions and stuff, because they keep saying, no, we're fine, but I can tell they're confused, and we're answering questions the best we can, but we're confused too. So anyway, the bottom line is the staging hasn't happened yet. Treatments will start in the next 2 to 3 weeks, and I'll get into that the next video after we get the PET scan, and so I can tell you step by step and how that's going to be. Again, it's called squamous cell carcinoma. Don't be confused with skin cancer. It has nothing to do with the skin. I don't get it. I've never heard of it, but I guess it's one of the #1 cancers out there. So, diagnosed cancers. That's all I have for today. I felt like I needed to just update. We don't really have a lot because of the PET scan, but we've gotten a little bit of information. Like I said, it's been a whirlwind of pamphlets and talking about what's next and the possible feeding tube, and him taking 3 or 4 months off of work because he's going to be just needing to focus on his treatment. And so it's just a lot to take in, but we'll get through it. That's all we can do to get out to the other side to start living our life again. So anyway, have a wonderful day, and I will be back on in probably by the end of next week. We'll know some more stuff. So thanks.